you live off of X Studios up here in Niagara Falls, New York. What a game. Are you kidding me? The Buffalo Bills win this game 34 to 31 with a huge first down run by Devin Singletary to close out this game. It was a very close play. However, the officials do give him the first down, which allows Buffalo to run out the clock. So Buffalo had their hands full in this game. Several turnovers, a few questionable coaching calls. One that comes to mind is Buffalo had Miami backed up in their zone. It was a fourth down play, and the Miami goes for the play on fourth down. It was an incomplete pass, only to find out that Sean McDermott calls a timeout. If he doesn't call that timeout, Buffalo has the ball inside the 40-yard line of the Miami Dolphins with an opportunity to put more points on the board. Heading into the fourth quarter, Buffalo had a 10-point lead, which would evaporate. The rookie, Skylar Thompson, had a great game, and he should not hang his head. He played a heck of a game in these types of situations against a bona fide team. So hats off to the Miami Dolphins. They are not the same old Miami Dolphins. They played a great game, played Buffalo tough throughout the game. And for those of football experts who were picking Buffalo to blow out the Miami Dolphins, it did not happen in this game. As I mentioned, Miami's defense played lights out. Offensively, they played great. And the rookie quarterback, Thompson, he played a great game, as I just mentioned. And a few concerning things here, though. Buffalo won this game, barely won this game. And if they're going to move further into the playoffs, they've got to play a lot better, especially in the division game. You're either going to have Jacksonville or a rebound with the Cincinnati Bengals right here in Orchard Park, New York. So it'll be interesting to see what adjustments Buffalo needs to make, but they need to make some adjustments here. Too many turnovers in this game. And Josh Allen, he played okay. He played, just watching some of the football shows here, and a lot of the experts are saying he did enough to win the game. And I would definitely agree with that. So let's look at some stats here for you right now on this game. And you're going to be alarmed when you see this. So, again, the final score, Buffalo wins at 4 to 31. First downs, Buffalo had 25 compared to 16 first downs for the Miami Dolphins. Yards on offense, Buffalo almost doubled up on Miami in this. 423 yards for Buffalo compared to 231 yards for the Miami Dolphins. Rushing yards, Buffalo had 107 yards on the ground. And as I mentioned, with that key first down run by Devin Singletary, compared to Miami, only had 42 yards rushing in this game. In the passing yards, Josh Allen threw for 316 yards compared to Skylar Thompson. He threw for 189 yards in this game. Passing interceptions, they split this two apiece. Josh Allen threw 2 and Thompson threw 2. Third down conversion rate, Buffalo was at 56.2% on third down conversions there, compared to only 25% for the Miami Dolphins. Penalties. This was costly for the Miami Dolphins. They took several delay of game penalties, a few other penalties as well, but they had 7 penalties compared to Buffalo only having 2 in this game. That turned out to be huge, and one of the reasons why Miami lost this game. Fumbles lost. Yeah, there's only one. Buffalo loses that fumble. Sacks. Buffalo had 7 sacks in this game. I'm not kidding you. 7 sacks compared to Miami's 4. So there's your latest stats being brought to you by Football Fanatics and Music Dreams USA Radio Worldwide for your home for the best mix of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and country. Check out musicdreamsusa.com. What a great game. It was a crazy game, to say the least. And this is what you love about playoff football. The games aren't close, and sometimes it comes down to a game of inches. In this game with the Bills and the Dolphins, it came down to a game of inches where Buffalo did prevail, as I mentioned, Devin Singletary. How many times has he come up with some big time runs for Buffalo to help to seal the victory in this game? So now Buffalo will await the winner of whoever wins the game tonight, the Ravens and the Bengals. Can the Baltimore Ravens upset the Cincinnati Bengals? Got one. That's gonna be a one word answer for you. No, there's no way that the Ravens are going to go in to Cincinnati and beat the Bengals. It's not happening. I am predicting a Buffalo Cincinnati rematch. The only time this time the game will be played in Buffalo. That should be a one heck of a division round game if that turns out to be the way it falls into place here. But again, though, great football game. The Miami Dolphins. I want to tip my hat to the Miami Dolphins. They played a great game, had a great game plan. Pretty much throughout the game, I mean, Josh Allen could not run free. They pretty much bottled him up. And Cole Beasley just signed to the active squad, comes up with a few huge catches in this game and scores a touchdown to help put Buffalo at that point at 10 points. But what a great game. Again, Miami Dolphins. I am really excited about next year in the AFC East. You got the up and coming Miami Dolphins. You got the Buffalo Bills, and yes, the New York Jets. New England, we'll see what happens with New England, but I'm liking the Jets, the Dolphins, and obviously the Bills. So we'll see what that looks like next year. But the Buffalo Bills move on to the division round. In Miami, had their chances, but several times throughout this game, they were called for a delay of game. If Miami actually had to use 3 timeouts to not get penalized more for delay of game in this game against the Bills. And so I really want to tip my hat to the Buffalo Bills crowd. I mean, Bills Mafia, you showed up today in a big way. And in a close game like this, when a team really needs their home crowd to get in back of them and to really help them, I really believe a lot of those delay of game penalties were caused by the crowd noise. Bills Mafia showed up in this game, and the fan, it was loud, and that's what they need. Next week, no matter who they play, it's going to have to be louder. But I have a few concerns in this game. The coaching. I gave you one example. Sean McDermott calling a timeout on the 4th down play that was an incomplete pass. As I mentioned earlier in the show here, Buffalo would have had an opportunity to have the ball inside the 40-yard line with an opportunity to add more points into the game. However, that never panned out. Another questionable call for me was the Buffalo Bills had possession at their 10-yard line, and they're trying to call 2 long passes. You're in your 10-yard line, and you're trying to connect big. What was Ken Dorsey thinking about in that game? I think if I'm Buffalo, I got the ball on my 10-yard line, I'm going to hand the ball off. That's what I'm going to hand the ball off, and I'm going to see how many yards I can pick up that way. I don't want to throw the long pass because, as you see, the passes were incomplete, and it stopped the clock. So that was another questionable call for me. Again, Buffalo's offense, coaching, you've got to do a better job. You were lucky to beat the Miami Dolphins. And I'll say it to you again. Buffalo was lucky to win this game today. A few breaks here and there, and Miami pulls off the ultimate upset in this game. They go in to the number 2 seed's home turf, and they could have pulled off the upset. But, the bottom line is the bottom line here. Buffalo moves on 34-31. Let's talk about the Miami Dolphins and what they did in this game. What a great game. I mean, you talk about Skylar Thompson, right? A rookie quarterback coming into a high-pressure situation here. You're playing in front of a raucous crowd, and, the chips are all on your shoulders. And I love the way the kid played. Made a few mistakes, but you know what? Overall, I love the way this kid played this game. And so hats off to him. He definitely has nothing to hold his head down about. He kept this game close throughout throughout the game, right? Buffalo jumps out to a 17 to nothing lead in this game, only having it evaporate in 7 minutes. The Dolphins came back and tied that game. Then Buffalo kicked a late first half field goal, goes up at half at 20 to 17. Fast forward, here comes the second half, right? Miami takes the ball, opening kickoff, Buffalo's defense. And let's talk about the Buffalo's defense, right? Buffalo's defense played one heck of a game. And again, Leslie Frazier called one heck of a game. How does he not get considered for a head coaching job? That was a masterful game call by Leslie Frazier. He he called blitzes at the right time, put a lot of pressure on Skylar Thompson there. But Leslie Frazier called a great game, and how he does not get considered for a head coaching job is beyond me. But nevertheless, though, Buffalo's defense holds up, and Miami punts the ball. Buffalo takes the ball, and what do you know? It's a fumble. Miami's defense scoops up the ball, goes into the end zone, and now Miami's up in the game early in the third quarter, 24 to 20. The teams will go back and forth a little bit, and I'm stopping each offense and a few punts in between there. And then Josh Allen, he comes to life, and he hooks up a Cole Beasley. In what a great addition that was for Buffalo. To re-sign this guy. This guy always comes up in the clutch, and Buffalo need him the most in their scoring drive, which put them up in this game. And so, Buffalo goes down. They score 27 to 24. And so Buffalo now has the lead. Then Buffalo's defense stops them again. And Buffalo takes the ball back, and they score another touchdown. And at this point, they're up by 10 points in the game. Miami, however, does not give up. The rookie takes the Dolphins all the way down the field, and they score a touchdown to make it a 3-point game. And now we're into the fourth quarter. And Miami had their opportunities. They missed a key. The kid missed a key fourth down play there. Miami went for it on fourth down, and they tried to hit the tight end Szynski, and he dropped the pass. But hats off to the rookie Elam, number 24 of the Bills. Had a monster game. He had one interception, would have had two if Tyreek Hill doesn't break up that pass. But he did. But the rookie Elam played a great game. He had an interception. He had a key breakup on that fourth down play with Miami. So there you go. Miami, again, hands the ball over to Buffalo. Buffalo takes over at their own 40-yard line. They drive the ball down to the field. And here comes that key third down play with Devin Singletary. That guy is an absolute monster. He made a key run to convert that third down play. But here's my question, though. If Buffalo doesn't pick up that third down play, do you go for it on fourth? It would have been 4th and inches. Do you go for the fourth down play? So I'm going to pretend to be the coach of the day in that situation. I personally would have went for it. If they would have ruled Devin Singletary was a few inches short, I've got Josh Allen as my quarterback. I've got a heck of an offensive line. If my offensive line cannot pick up a few inches, when they come off the field, they better take the furthest exit away from me, because how do you not pick up a few inches? But that never came to play. The officials gathered, they put it under review, and Devin Singletary with a huge first down pickup, which allowed Buffalo to run out this clock. If they didn't, pick up the third down, and let's just say devil's advocate here, that Josh Allen doesn't pick up the first down. Now you're giving Miami, again, if they don't pick up, then Buffalo would have had the decision. Do I go for it on 4th and inches, or do I punt the ball away? I don't know about punting the ball, though. I mean, Buffalo's already in field goal position. I heard Tony Romo say on the live broadcast that if Buffalo doesn't pick up the first down, I'm punting the ball away. I disagree. You got Tyler Bass back there, who is a clutch kicker for Buffalo. If it came down to that situation, me personally, I'm going for the field goal, right? Because I'm going to put my money on that. My rookie kicker, is going to pick up that field goal, which now brings it to a 6-point game and forces Miami to score a touchdown with very few seconds left on the clock with no timeouts. I'm going to like my chances there. But nevertheless, though, that never panned out here. And so again, the Buffalo Bills in a very exciting game knock off the Miami Dolphins 34-31. Are you ready for game number 2 on Sunday? It brings us to the Giants and the Eagles. This is going to be another great game. And congratulations goes out to Brian Daboll and his coaching staff. What a heck of a job they've done in year 1 with that team. You got the Giants and the Eagles in this game. So me and my counterpart, Mr. David Florio on Football Fanatics, we have a bet in this game. And I'm picking the Eagles to cover the spread. The Eagles will win this game by 7 points. It's going to be a great game, but you're playing in Philly. You got Jalen Hurts, and you got Philadelphia loaded all over the place with talent. So for me, I'm going to stick with the home team, and I'm going to pick the Eagles to win this game 21-14. That's my prediction for this game, which was cover the spread. And if I win this game, me and Mr. Florio, we are 2 up and 2 down. And so it would even my series with Mr. Florio. Make sure you check out Football Fanatics at the Daily Football Show, being brought to you by Music Dreams USA Radio and Vox Sports of Niagara Falls. You can check us live on our YouTube channel. It's a brand new show. We just done our second episode, and it's really cool stuff. If you're a football fan like we are, whether it's breaking news, covering the games, whatever the case may be, college, professional, high school, you name it, if it's football, we're going to have you covered on Football Fanatics. We'd love to have you join us. Again, it's your friend Russell K. Thank you so much for checking out this video and hang out with me here. And so let's move on to the Sunday night game. The Baltimore Ravens and the Cincinnati Bengals. Last week, the Bengals just blew them out, and now it's the rematch. So the question is, who do the Baltimore Ravens start at quarterback in this game? It doesn't matter. As I mentioned a few moments ago, right? There is no way, or is there a way, that somehow, some way, the Baltimore Ravens go into Cincinnati and upset the Bengals? I don't see it happening. Last year, the Cincinnati Bengals were my surprise team. They made it all the way to the Super Bowl. I don't see the Ravens even keeping this game close. I mean, no disrespect to the Ravens. I mean, they've always been a good team, but you're playing a really hot team right now with the Cincinnati Bengals. So I don't see the Ravens keeping this game close at all. In fact, I'm picking the Bengals to win this game by 14 points or more. I do. The Cincinnati Bengals, you got Joe Burrow. You got Chase as one of your receivers. You're loaded all over. And I love the coaching staff with Cincinnati. I think they do a great job, and they know how to find the weaknesses in your defense, and they attack those. And Joe Burrow, he's the real deal. So I don't think Sunday night's game is to be a close game, and we'll see how long the viewers will watch that game, because it's going to be a blowout. But again, thank you so much for watching. It's your friend Russell K. coming to you live from the Vox Sports Studios in Niagara Falls, New York. And again, Our show is being brought to you by Football Fanatics, our brand new YouTube channel. Make sure you check out Football Fanatics with your friend Russell K and my co-host, Mr. David Florio, and our all-star producer, Mr. Peter Green. And also, Music Dreams USA Radio, your home for the best mix of the 70s, 80s, 90s, and country. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll have some more live reports throughout the day. And up next, we'll do some live reports at halftime covering the Giants and the Eagles. And up next, then, it would be the Ravens and the Bengals. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and we'll check back with you here in just a little bit. It's your friend Russell K. Have a great day and enjoy Football Sunday.